consciousness, awareness. We know that from day to day we learn about it more and more, and there is more and more books written about the consciousness, and that the consciousness is more and more important in our daily life. Why it's so important? Why consciousness plays so important role in our life? In order to answer to these questions, I would like to tell you a short story from the Bible, from the Torah. We know that Moshe sent 12 people, one person from a tribe, to check it out, the land of Israel. And before they were sent, they went to meet with him and with his brother Aaron to their tent. And Moshe told them that they were chosen by the Creator to go and check the land. It was the top of topics, I would say, topics, because what could be more important than to go to the land where there would be built the holy temple, through which the blessing would flow to other nations. No pain, no suffering, no war. Is there a higher topic than that? Is there a higher plan than that? Mind you, I can have a plan to help someone. Now, for me, this could be painful and difficult, but what could be more paramount and more important than to do this, what they were supposed to do? So they were very unique, very, very spiritual person and people, very top one, with the top consciousness of certainty. Now, when they left the tent with the topic, with the order to go and to do it, millions of people were saying goodbye to them and saying, we are so happy that you go. We are so happy, all our families and children. We can't wait to see you back and tell us how is the land. We are so happy. They didn't add anything. They just say they are so happy. They were dancing perhaps and clapping and who knows. But that's it. No doubt. Now what happened then? We know that they returned with the report which was quite bad. But as a result of that, the effect was 40 years on desert. Why? How could be that this holy people with this holy consciousness came back with the bad consciousness, with reactive consciousness, I would say. Now the lesson, what we can learn from this lesson, what they made it, they had the consciousness which was perfect, but simultaneously they had consciousness which was not totally perfect. Now, how can I say that it's something is perfect but it's not perfect? Well, we can say, but it's not true that I love someone. That's okay. But if I say I love you a little bit, now that's strange. So you cannot say really. I mean, we can say, but it doesn't really make a jest and sense that we love someone, but just a little, right? We love or we don't love, that's it. So how can we say that they had perfect consciousness, but it was not perfect? How can we say that? As you know, they left the tent, and on their way to Israel, gradually, slowly, minute after minute, hour after hour, day after day, it lasted 40 days in total, they started to think about the people. They started to think that also other people are going to be happy. They started to think about what they say, how they were happy. They were clapping and dancing and singing, whatever. They started to think, and once they grafted, once the idea was accepted in their consciousness that yes, it's also this. Of course, we do it for the purpose of the Creator. We do it for the purpose for other nations. We do it for the purpose of Israel. We do it for the purpose with the high consciousness of Aaron and Moshe and ourselves. But just a one single, even not percent, we would say that 99.9%. So 1.1% was the consciousness of other people who were lower than them, were grafted, was worse. And that was enough to failure. That was enough. So, what is the lesson from that? Because somebody has wrong consciousness, we would say, or it's a lower consciousness than ours, we shouldn't meet with this person, or we shouldn't talk to this person, or we shouldn't cooperate with this person and feel in a higher position. Not at all. Not at all. It only means that if we allow whatever we do, whatever is the reason, how good the reason is, it doesn't really matter, the action itself. But if we allow other people's consciousness to influence our consciousness, now there is a challenge. Now there is a problem. Because if I manage a business and 95% of this is I do it for my family, I do it for the creator, I do it for other people, I do it for my clients, that's okay. But if there is 1% that I want to know that my family, they know that how smart I am, how sneaky I am, if another 1.5% that is for my friends, so they know how IQ I is, how intelligent I am, and if there is 0.5% that I want somebody to be jealous of what I have, that is enough to destroy the business. Sooner or later, it's enough. Because we take our consciousness, the higher consciousness which we earn, and we give to other people. We give it to other people. And it doesn't matter that the consciousness is lower. Actually, we are not concerned about these people who are lower. We don't concern about them. Most of the time, our business, whatever we do because we are influenced by people who are higher than we. And we want to accomplish what they want to accomplish. So their consciousness is in our heart, in our mind. So regardless, whatever the action is, how good it is, if the consciousness is influenced by lower consciousness, and I repeat, it's not because we shouldn't meet with other people, or we shouldn't work or cooperate with other people because we know that they are not on so high level than we are, or we know more, or whatever. I'm not talking about that. That's ego. I'm talking about that we do so that other people, for example, would know what we do, or who we are, or how wonderful we are. Because this gives us pleasure. So it's worth searching, focusing for actions we do in our life, and check it out. What kind of consciousness is in our action? Check it out. Even if we buy something, sometimes we buy things only because we think somebody would like it, as in these clothes. Now, what happened after 40 years traveling and walking on the desert? Joshua and Caleb, they sent another 12 men, but they sent them in secretly. Nobody knew about it. Why? Because they didn't want to make the same mistake. They really didn't want to allow other people's consciousness to influence them. So they sent them in secretly. And then it worked, as we know. So I hope this information would be helpful for you, because if we do with the right intention, we are like angels, I would say, with the good plan, with the good intention, with good mind. If we do it, then the blessing we can receive, and we can know that whatever is going to be manifested in this world is going to work for us for years to come. So I hope this information will help you on your regular basis. All the best.